to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everybody. Make sure your mics are on, board members, so we can hear you. Thanks for coming out tonight, everybody. The agenda is before us, roll call. Everybody's here, but Mr. Trent is expected to be running late tonight. He did call, so he will be on his way. The agenda is before you. If there's any additions or deletions this time? Okay, if not, the agenda stands as presented, and we're down to public comment. Don't all speak at once. Wait.
A question. If additional township services are needed because of the USD, the Urban Services District, such as police and fire, who will pay for them? The reason I'm asking that, you said you put together some standards, and I'm assuming that this is part of the standards that you've already put together in that regard, or any discussion.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with them, what the planning commission is addressing at this time. But. Okay, anybody else? Okay, moving on down to the consent agenda. Mr. Lynn.
I move that Salem Township approve the following consent agenda items. We have the minutes from last month, September 12th, regular meeting of the Board of Trustees. We have disbursements for September. Out of the general fund, we have $108,684.32. That's checks 27,000 through 27,065. We had a payroll of September of $43,471.97 with Paycor for $221.64. We have, excuse me, the sewer fund checks 2016 to 2018 for $6,281.18. And the escrow fund, $3,059.50. Check 1725 through 1728. Now we have total invoices for the current month of October. General fund of $67,130.24. The sewer fund, $912.50. And the escrow fund, $642.50. Second.
I'll second that. Okay, Mr. Conver seconds. Any discussion on the consent agenda? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's passed. All right, down to business items. The fire department, the electrical quote on the filling system.
Since Mr. Trent is not here yet, I guess I'll take this. I move that Salem Township approve the following bid. We have a bid, we have actually three bids here. Tyrell Electric, Thomas Parks Contracting, and O'Donnell Electric, as you see the three. And we approved the bid from Tyrell Electric in the amount of $2,495 to complete the electrical hookup for the SCBA filling system in the fire department.
So I'll second that. Jim, you want to explain what we got to do?
Thank you, Mr. Dwyer. So basically, because it needs a separate circuit, because the fire department doesn't have the capability with the existing circuit, we have to go to the main panel in the town hall and run that over to the fire station to do a three-phase, I think it's a 40-amp circuit. We've had 3 electrical contractors bid it. That's the reason why it's more than the 2,000 we expected, because we have to run a separate circuit. We can't use any of the existing circuits in the department because basically there's none there, it's an older building. So they would have to put a new 100 amp breaker switch, I think it is, in the town hall and run the conduit over to the fire station. I would also recommend that we not go with the flex, and maybe Reggie can have a little bit more insight as a contractor, but we do vehicle washing in here, so maybe the hard conduit for extra 250 would be more appropriate, that the water wouldn't intrude inside that flexible steel cable. That's my only worry, that we run that at pretty substantial voltage, that water might penetrate into that flexible. I'm not an expert, so we did quote it with the hard rigid for an extra 250, but it's fine without that. I'm not an expert in electricity.
What's the electrician say?
He quoted it either way.
I mean, is he comfortable either or would
I
you
didn't-
recommend going with
We
the,
got these fairly quick, so I don't have the answer to that question.
I would almost let him determine whether,
I agree. I agree, but it's an extra 250.
right, so for the emotion, you might wanna,
It looks like,
is it?
Yeah, it's already been in there.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I'm just going to defer to his expertise. I'm not an expert in electricity.
All right, any other questions, board members? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Okay, down to the Chubb Road Railroad Crossing. Mr. Connors.
Mr. Supervisor, I move that Salem Township approve the agreement between Salem Township and the Washington County Road Commission and authorize the supervisor and treasurer to sign the attached agreement. The estimated project is for $275,000, of which MDOT will share 50% of the projected cost of Salem Township, estimated at $137,000. It's also to agree 50% of the cost before the December 31st, 2017.
Okay, I'll second that.
Just for public information and for the board, what the story is back behind this is that back in a year ago, actually absolutely just a year ago, we had a meeting with the Township, Washington County Road Commission, CSX, MDOT at the railroad crossing down there to discuss the safety and the adequacy of that railroad crossing with a paving project. And it was agreed upon at that point in time, CSX brought with them all of the safety information on that railroad crossing. They didn't really, no big accidents have happened there, but they were concerned because of the limited sight, especially coming from the south. The trains can't see vehicles pulling up to the crossing, or people in the trains can see down the road. And they were really concerned about that. And from a safety standpoint, and they said, no matter what you do, you really need to have a gated crossing. And because of the safety concerns, they agreed that they would pick up 50% of the cost. And the cost here is really would be billed against the actual cost of the road, but construction. But really, they put a time frame on it. And what is happening here is they need to have that done by this summer. And in order to get the scheduling for building it and getting all the manufacturing, the crossing, and all that goes with it, they need to start right away. So that's the reason why it has to be bid on now. But also, in addition to that, that is considered a local road, and that is considered our property. And just like when the culverts went out, we had to pay for those because that really is a local road. So therefore, it is our responsibility anyway, but because of the safety concerns, that's why MDOT, that's irrespective of Washtenaw County, MDOT then came back and says, we'll give you 50%. So in a way, it was a good deal. They actually, I don't remember the exact quote they gave us. They said we could, if we wanted to or insisted, we could go with just new lights. And, but they said if you do that, you pay for it all yourself, and it was roughly the same cost. So it makes all the sense in the world to get a safer system, a better system. That crossing down there was built in 1952, so that gives you the age of the light that needed to be updated anyway.
Okay.
Any further?
So, any other questions?
Yeah. What all are they gonna be doing? Just with the limited sight distance, are they gonna be taking out trees or
No.
changing the grading? What are they gonna do?
That's this is purely just from the crossing from the railroad, CSX's safety concerns of vehicle accidents.
Just for lights?
Lights and arms.
Arms?
They're being armed just like it is out here. Because right now, it's just lights.
You're also doing the approachments though.
Yeah, well, that will be a part of the road project. When the road project gets started, they will be raising the grade on the road on either side of it. And that has to go up and integrate it into the actual railroad crossing. And that will be worked out in the engineering detail. The road is one issue, but the actual arms and the signaling and all of the stuff that, basically CSX is going to be doing the crossing. So it's coming on through.
And the other issue with that road now, I don't know how many of you have gone down there, but because of the truck ordinance that we passed, the truck traffic heading south on there is just, there's a ton of traffic on that road right now.
They also explained, they also, was that a major concern with them too? If you start increasing the traffic, it just necessitates that it be an armed gate there, period. So it's like, it's a pretty easy decision just to do it because they'll pay for half of it, so why not?
What kind of time frame will it take for them to install all this?
They'll be starting on the design and actual work on it, and they're talking about, I think, 6 months, 6 to 8 months.
And then what about closure? Is there going to be a complete closure of Chubb Road at the time that they install these, or is the truck traffic going to be allowed through?
That's what I understand, they weren't gonna close the road.
They're not going to.
No, I don't think so. A lot of this is the pad, the road strip, and all the wiring in between, and we have to go down the line and get whatever they do.
Any other questions?
We'll do a budget amendment
Yes.
next month.
So, yeah, $68,000 will probably be required this year's budget. But the following year will, if it comes built into after next year, because we won't get billed until it's done. So we probably, the rest of that will be on next year's budget. That probably, I can't guarantee it.
Mr. Supervisor?
Yes.
I have some concerns about the very last, or the second to last paragraph that says township will pay Wayne County, or Washington County Road Commission for all railroad crossing project costs associated with the railroad crossing upgrade. I understand that the road commission can't anticipate this time what all this associated costs may be, but in prior contracts with the Washington County Road Commission, language in there, they give us notification of those costs up front. So I'd like to add that, include that in this agreement. I ask that the board approve it subject to those modifications by council.
Where is that at, Ed?
Very last, second to last paragraph. It's just kind of open-ended to this word.
All right, Dale, you want to make an amendment to that?
So we'll just add, based on legal counsel's recommendation.
Right, that the contract is approved subject to modifications by legal counsel.
Okay, and I'll second that. Okay, anything else? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is passed.
Thank you.
Okay, we got the clerk's report, treasurer's report, fire department.
Oh, just a quick question on
Yeah.
the clerk's report.
Yeah.
I did include, back in the back corner is the township and the county's new voting equipment. As you probably may have heard, that every county in the state of Michigan is getting new voting equipment. So we have an election coming up November 7th, And if you have some time, take a look back there, see the new, it's now, we used to have what we call a tabulator that tabulated every ballot. This is called a scanner. And it's much more technology, it's a great system. And both Oakland County and Washtenaw County have the same, they bought the same type of systems. So I'm real excited about it. It's a lot lighter, it's a lot more technology advanced, and so if you have some time afterwards, you can take a look. There's 2 ballots that you can just keep running through it because it's on a practice mode right now. So that's fun.
This is not the new handicap one?
No, we did not have a practice program for the handicap.
You do have it though?
Yeah, I've got 3 of them.
Okay.
Yep. One for each precinct.
Okay. Thanks. All right, Chief?
It was been a light month for the month of September. We only had about 28 calls. Our average time was just a little over 7 minutes. Vast majority, again, were medicals. We did have a couple, I think, just notable things. We've had a couple incidences with car fires or accidents at rush hour at Friday. So that backed up a lot of traffic. We tried to put out Nixle alerts, so if you're using your phone, you want to avoid either 1014. The other day we had it at Pontiac Trail in Dixboro, and that gets to be fairly busy. So we try to get some alerts out to folks so they can try to avoid the areas. And hopefully 10 Mile and Napier gets open and that will thin some of the traffic is getting down here as well. But the light month, which is good.
Okay, Chief, thank you. All right, just kind of some general updates. You've probably seen on the news tonight about the landfill, about with some issues down there on their contract. Joe's here tonight. Joe, I don't know if you would like to make a couple comments about it. I'll give you the floor right now.
Thank you for the opportunity. I'm Joe Kahn. I'm Community Relations Manager for Advanced Disposal in the area, so we own Arbor Hills Landfill. To let you know what's going on, over the past year, a little bit over a year now, we've been negotiating with the Operators Union, Local 324, which represents 19 of our employees. They decided this Monday to go on strike. We're still, we have an offer on the table. We're still in mid-negotiations. These are good workers. These are good people. We want them back to work, and we're working toward that, and we think we're close. But in the meantime, a couple of things to note that there is this strike. There's up to 50 people out there. We have a security force out there, and even as of today, the state police got involved, and we're on site to make sure that no issues got out of hand. Secondly, we're fully operational. The landfill is being staffed by members of our other sites around the country, so we're open for business. Nobody has to worry about their garbage. All the services that we provide are still being provided. So if you have any questions for me, either now or after the meeting, I will answer those.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
We've also talked to our sheriff's department to kind of help out the situation there. It was a little chaotic over today, so that's why the state police showed up. Their policy is they won't patrol it, just they'll go for an incident that happened. An incident did happen there today, so they went to the scene. So we would have to make a call up to Lansing or whatever to get them to actually patrol it and stay there if we need help. So our sheriff did say they're supposed to have gotten back to me tonight, but I haven't heard from them yet. But with our deputies, we're patrolling back there and show presence there. There's supposed to be somebody there this morning. I don't know if I told you that, Joe. There should be somebody there tomorrow morning and have police presence. So is there, now, the last I heard, Friday, was there going to be a talk of maybe some kind of agreement or?
There are offers on both sides that both expire on Friday.
Okay.
So that is a day of significance, and we're hoping it's over by then,
Right.
before then.
Okay. All right, just let us know if you need.
Thank you.
All right, and lastly, the rumor has it, or whatever we've heard, some different things, I had an email about a grant that was provided in the new budget to Salem Township of $10 million for the infrastructure over at M14 in Goverson. So I don't have the details of it, I just know that it's out there. I actually took the email, forwarded to the developer, and they had gotten back to us and said that they had been working on it. So I guess the next step is that the state should be contacting the township if that is indeed true. Again, it's just, I don't have nothing in writing that says that, but it's, I found the Associated Press actually sent me an email and asked me what I was going to be doing with the money, and I'm like, it's news to me. So anyway, it sounds like they said it was a $10 million grant towards the infrastructure of that. So we will keep you posted as soon as we hear from them, if this is indeed a true statement, and then what the process is following it. So I wanted you to be aware of that. Any other general updates we have? I mean, it's not even 7:25. I don't know if it's the shortest. Any from the audience, any kind of updates we can give you? Okay.
So regarding this $10 million grant.
Yeah.
Did this just, you just received an email about this, or?
Right, so there was a reporter asking about it. So I guess the state budget was a week ago Sunday, I think that it was. And I don't see, of course, I don't even know where to start to look, but I don't see anything that necessarily specifies Salem Township. So I'm just told that we're supposed to be getting notified by Lansing, and that's all I know about it. So it sounds like the developer has been working. If you remember, we did have them sign a development agreement that they have to pay for the infrastructure that goes on in there. We do not want to be responsible for that. And that's what we've said from day one. So between Mr. Plato and Jerry Fisher, they put that development agreement together, and now they have to show. So, I mean, they've been working to see, you know, again, I don't know if it's true, but when I started hearing the rumors and other people talking about it, you know, it's like, is it true or not? So I don't want to give false hope or tell something that's wrong, but that's what I know. So, yes, Jim.
Yeah. Do you have any information on why the cones are showing up on 8 Mile Road from Griswold to about Napier? They heard about the 3-foot cones?
On 8 Mile?
Yeah, every 100 feet or so.
No, I haven't heard. On 8 Mile?
Yes.
I haven't even been up the way. Have they started paving from Curry to the tower?
No, not yet.
That was one of the projects. I mean, we didn't pay for that, but that was one thing we were supposed to do this year. I haven't seen that. All right, I don't know if they're getting ready for that, but that Griswold, go down to Griswold. All right. Yes, sir.
How about the library bypass on Pontiac Trail? Is that in the work yet, or is that?
No, we've been trying to get, again, you know, that goes back a long time, where they've said that they were going to, they gave us a price, and it was a good price, and then it came up to that they were going to do that stretch of Pontiac Trail between 8 Mile and 7 Mile. So I thought, well, it'd even be cheaper yet. Once they do that, they're already there, let's take care of it then. Well, then they backtracked. I think you were at the meeting that they, I don't know, I think it was like 160 up to like, I don't know what it was. It was out of range. So now I hear that that part of that stretch of Pontiac Trail is starting to show some wear. And so they get some federal money to do Pontiac Trail, which they have done from like 7 to, I think, North Territorial, that they might get something to do with this year. So this might be the year to get that done. And it really does need that. That's a real safety issue. All right, anybody else? Yes, Paul?
Yeah, is Chuck getting gravel between 6 and 7?
Yeah, they should have started today.
Yeah, they were doing between 7 and 8 today.
Right. So they did Brookville, that's just about done, they got some more. And people have been complaining about trucks all on the back roads, and, yeah, they gotta get the gravel there somewhere. So there were a lot of complaints today about the gravel trains being on the,
Where are they getting that limestone from? Are they getting?
you know, I think it's up, isn't it up near Saline? It's
Oh, is it?
Hammer
Oh,
Trucking,
oh.
I think it is. They haul out of Saline somewhere, it must be.
Well, the pit's in the.
Dundee.
Dundee, is it?
Yeah.
Dundee.
Oh,
Yeah,
so they're coming quite a ways.
yeah, the quarry's right there.
So you'll see them around, they're usually red trucks, and
Yeah.
so I had about 5 or 6 complaints today, so that's what it's about, so. Okay,
Are we on updates or public comment?
just updates,
Okay.
you can comment,
Public comment,
you can say whatever.
yeah. Okay, just a quick one then.
All right,
On that business item on the fire department, if I had a choice in an exposed area, I would definitely want hard pipe with seal-tight connectors and seal-tight couplings.
They quoted that, so that's what, that extra price, that's what I would
Definitely.
suggest too. But we'll check with the electrician. I know we have somebody in here who would be much more electrically qualified than I am.
okay, I guess we're down to public comment. Bob?
You talk about those, the hammer trucks. I was coming down 5 Mile, right before Salem Road. That guy with that black pickup truck, second one from Brookville that makes so much noise about the roads. He come out around at 5 Mile, the last hammer truck was coming, making a right turn. He come out around the back of that truck, out into 5 Mile, and blocked that truck about 100 foot. He got out and walked back to him and chewed him out for driving up Salem Road.
Right.
Made a lot of noise.
Yeah, he was one of the calls today.
He actually came out in the road, if I would have been going 55, I would have hit him.
Well, it's frustrating because a lot of them will sneak through that way sometimes, and I understand the frustration. But again, we want to know who they are, we want to know that, I tell them, let us know the name of the trucks and we call them. And just, you know, if it's trucks that are not supposed to be going there.
So he ain't supposed to drive in front of the
No.
truck while he's going and actually stop it, make the guy stop and walk back there and block the road.
Right, to your point, we had a gentleman involved in an accident that did exactly that.
The truck ran over his Cadillac. So
We encourage the police in the township to engage not the citizens.
The way he did it, if I was a truck driver, he got run over.
Yeah, well, he didn't mean to run over it, but he did the same thing, and the truck didn't see him, he turned left and ran right over it.
Trucks win.
Trucks.
The trucks win every day. I'll leave by a few thousand tons.
All right, anybody else? Okay, if not, we're going into closed session tonight. So what we're going to do, I think, is we're going to have, you guys can stay around and socialize. The board members are going to go up in the fire department, so that you can hang around and socialize. And if you want to wait till we come back, you're more than welcome to wait. Right. So I move that Salem Township approve. Where's my, okay, I move that Salem Township Board of Trustees go into closed session, consult with the township attorney regarding pending litigation pursuant to MCL 15.268 8B, and to discuss attorney memorandums with the attorney pursuant to MC 15.268H. I'll second. All right, can I have a roll call vote? All right.
All right, roll call, Converse,
Yes.
Daniel,
Yes.
Luca,
Yes.
Laughlin,
Yes.
Trent is absent, Wensley, yes, and Whitaker.
Yes. Okay, hang around, have some donuts, give you one guess where they came from. And we came out of closed session. we went into closed session at 7:30. And we are opening it up at 9:50. 8:50. We also like to welcome David Trent back. He arrived, so was part of the closed session. All right, I'll have the clerk read the motion.
All right, so we have a motion. Motion to approve the proposed settlement in the matter of Carol Yoshio versus Salem Township. Do I have a second?
I'll second it. We'll have a roll call vote.
Okay, roll call vote. Converse?
No.
Daniel?
No.
DeLuca?
No?
McLaughlin?
No.
Trent?
No.
Wensley? No. And Whitaker?
No.
Seven zero, not to approve.
Okay, we are adjourned at 8:52.